You know what happens when a bird is struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to anything else. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm storming off with Storm, Force of Nature. This is a flying creature that, if it deals combat damage to an opponent, lets you duplicate spells, giving the next instant or sorcery you cast Storm, because it's Storm from X-Men. In this deck, we are going to cast some cheap spells, especially cantripping spells, some of which can give haste to Storm so she can hit on the turn that she enters, and then chain together some other spells to build up for a grand finale, a Storm that's going to take our opponent out. Sometimes we're going to be duplicating some spells that deal damage to our opponent, like Illuminating Lash or Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning, or maybe even duplicate up some bigger spells that generate mana at the same time, like Summit Closing Ceremony or Song of Seasons to get more lands in play, or one that's only been recently added to Arena but is just so good for a Storm deck, Manamorphose. With Storm, you're looking to generate a ton of mana and fire off more and more spells so you can take over the game and win. Storm is also fantastic with cheap extra turn spells, but those were recently banned in this format, the recurable ones. So instead, we can generate a Time Walk with Oracle of the Alpha, search for it using Solve the Equation or Mystical Tutor, and then duplicate it anyway, because it still works, it just takes a couple more steps. This deck is doing a little bit of ramp, and it's really making use of the prepared spells, because prepared creatures are a spell that comes with another spell to increase your Storm count and help you go even further with Storm. And don't worry, we still do have an extra turn spell because it works, but it's not the main goal of the deck. The main goal of the deck is to swing in with Storm and storm off. So let's take her into the queue and see where our lightning bolts land. But before I start slinging spells, I want to say thank you to TCGplayer.com for sponsoring my channel and this video. They're a great place to pick up sealed product and singles, including the new reprint of Storm, Force of Nature. This card was originally printed in a secret lair, and it sold out pretty much immediately, which made it really hard to get. That drove the price up, but now that we have a new printing of all of those secret lair commanders, there's so much more that you can do, because you can pick up this card at a fraction of the price. And if you're looking to pick up some cards, make sure you use the link in the description of the video. It helps support my channel, and again, thank you so much to TCGplayer.com. Quandrix, the Proof. Cascades on cast, and when you cast other instants and sorceries from your hand. I could strike it rich into Birds of Paradise for this hand. I guess that's probably worth it. Quandrix is actually pretty similar to Storm if you are focusing more on ramp spells. Ramp and extra turns, which mostly got culled from this format, specifically the recurable extra turns, are huge with Quandrix. And it's also a big enough creature that it's going to be able to just plainly block Storm. We go first, though, and I'm going to hope that going first can get me enough value to get ahead. Usually not that many counter spells in a Quandrix deck unless they are modal counter spells, which some of the modal counter spells are really, really good. Don't mind me. Looking for lands. Draw 2, discard 2, go for a treasure. Oof, and they put that on top of my deck knowing I didn't have a land. Yeah, landant. I could give this haste. That doesn't do much, but it could be fun. Oh, hey, Emeritus. You're in my deck, too. Treasure, draw 2, discard 2. I'll drop this, and it really discounts one of those. I do not want to cast Gale Caller here unless I have to. I don't actually have anything, like, to storm off with, though. Because I just don't have the mana. Yeah, you know what? I am going to bring this out, and I'm going to give it Prowess. That might make it really hard to deal with. They did not regrowth the memory lapse. It is a modal counterspell, but it's a spree spell, which you don't really want to ever cascade into that. Weird. I guess I can do it in upkeep. I'll just do it now. And hold invert polarity. It seems like a Quandrix that's not as built around Quandrix as I'm used to. The reason I didn't do it on their turn, even though this means I'm taking more damage, is because it feels like they're just running a lot of Simic good stuff. Ooh, I would like to have your spell. Ah, neither of us get the spell. Hello, one storm, please. Storm can block monkey. Lessons from life. Draw 3, put a land into play. I actually had this card in this deck at one point. Because this deck was actually modified from both my Prismari and Quandrix decks. I'll lead with the big score, dropping the Cyclonic Rift. I'll swing in with Storm. We're gonna get some good card advantage off Flow State. I feel like Quandrix should be unable to scream. How many lands, or how many cards in my graveyard? So many! Grab the dig. Ghostfire Slice and Brazen Borrower. That does give me a way to win off the Storm, and I'll grab the land. Hurrah, a land, a tapped one. Here comes Quandrix. I feel like once you get to 6 mana, just throw down the big damn dragon. They cascaded into Planar Genesis. Nice little rampant card. It either gets you a land in play or just a card in hand. You get to choose. They went for a tapped land, Polluted Delta. Come at me, you dirty ape. Or don't. I'm not your mother. Quandrix, no screaming. Alright, that's a Storm 1. I don't think I can kill them off Ghostfire Slice here. Even though I can get like a pretty decent Storm count. Because it would be 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That's fine. I think drawing this many cards is good enough. Yeah, 9 cards, thanks. At least one of these will be useful. That one's useful. Wonderful! Let's drop these fetches and this hedge maze as well. Just because they're all tappy. I will drop... Gosh, like that. Squelchers, honestly! We know that they're running counter spells. I don't think I actually need Discover the Formula. Wait, is that too many? Oh, I need one more. Okay, I think with all these lands in the exploration... Yeah, I'm gonna drop the Hexing Squelcher. 1 mana, draw 9. Yeah, fringe playable. Because I don't need things to be uncountered because Storm makes copies. Okay, the mechanic Storm makes copies. Storm, the character causes the storm, which makes the copies. So, you're an Elder Dragon toy. What do you have? You have Cyclonic Rift mana. Just saying. And I know it's in your deck. What, you think Stormcrow doesn't have Storm? In this deck, we do have Stormcrow with Storm. We have the crow that storms Stormcrows. Are you soul roping? I get it. I'm doing Simic stuff better than you, and also red is here. It looks like my opponent is actually here. They came back after a couple of ropes. They have no timeouts left. And they have played a Cavern of Souls. They've fetched a Breeding Pool. Yeah. Thinking. Yeehaw. But what else can they do? They need a way to free their dragon, I feel. Yeah, but long enough to check out what we got going on here. With all this card draw, why not run a Reliquary Tower? Because in this deck, the chances of us actually filling up our hand off these card draws is 1 in a million. Well, not really. It's more like 1 in 100, but it happened in this game. Okay, they have a Hullbreaker Horror. That allows them to, if they cast a spell, bounce a permanent or a spell on the stack. Yeah, it's one of those things where I usually do not actually get something like this to happen. So Storm, they can bounce. Unable to Scream, they can bounce, but I'd just be able to cast it again. So they're going to go for Storm. Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, this deck is super greedy mana-wise because we have so many, like, very colorful spells, I'll call them. Anyway, we're still good. My storm count is just even higher now. Was good. No, I'm not even gonna bother because I don't need to. Let's start slicing and dicing. Let's deal, I don't know, 16 damage? For 1 mana? Storm! With Storm. Black Cat Cunning Thief. Gets to look at lots of cards in my deck and steal them for themselves. I have a little bit of early ramp, some recast, and big spooky flyers, so I will definitely keep this. And I have to be mindful of the fact that they can steal my interaction, so even though there's some cards that normally you wouldn't see in mono black, they could just get those cards from me. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage is great for increasing your storm count. Same with Flashback. Another land. I'll take it. It's like, I think I might just like snap Farseek. Do I want to risk Storm? It's like she's just gonna die and it's gonna be sad, so I'm gonna go Snapcaster instead. Make it so I have a better chance of actually doing the thing on the turn that I play her. I already have a land in hand, so I'll drop that one. Yeah, because this way I can, like, Emeritus and use it right away, so I can get value. I'm being asked if I like competitive Brawl. I do not. I wish it didn't exist, but it's too late for that now. Emeritus of Ideation. Yeah, I did the, like, mythic climb last month to be like, all right, let's see if this is what I think it is. Oh, it was. Yeah, it's very much... There are cards that can and will perform very good in that environment, and they do. And hopefully they will end up removing some things from that environment to make it a little bit less samey. Like, there are a variety of decks. They're just all extremely cutthroat because it's ranked. You can't play a card like Storm. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. Ooh, they reanimated my Emeritus! I hope I find a way to bounce it back into my hand. Let's see. Nothing there. By the way, they can steal blue sources, so they'd be able to use that. All right, so we're going to deal 2. I kind of want to draw 2, discard 2, because I have the Mizzix Mastery. And just, like, set up for this.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Yeah, it's no fun when they hit back. This is word 2. Here comes Black Cat. Going to steal some spells right out of my deck. They're swinging in because it's 5 damage in the air. Mizzix Mastery overloaded. And let's do it. We got a bunch of nice spells here. Some of this. That's why I left the land in hand. Some of that. And one of these. I would like to make a treasured. I guess the draw 2, discard 2 I should have done first. Like, ordered these the other way. Yeah, rip Chain Lightning. Look at all that mana. Okay. Do I have a way to give Storm haste? Not yet. We have 2 more flashback effects here. I'm gonna go Summit Fest Closing Ceremony. This is going to get me a lot of mana, in part because of the Storm Kiln Artist. I will use Thor to grab Summit Fest Closing Ceremony again. Use it to generate more mana, a little more card draw, and I think also kill the Emeritus. I do have to pay for it, but that's fine. This is one of those, do I think I should go for the kill, or should I just go for kill this? I'm gonna go for kill this. This gets cast again, and it goes to the graveyard, which means... Alright, so I have 8... 9, 10. Okay, good. I do have 10 mana. Pinnacle Monk. We're going to cast it again. Thor is going to deal 5 more damage. We're going to draw another card. You see where we're going with this, right? It's a lot. Davriel Soul Broker. Mono black control that can be so damaging emotionally and to your hand, to your board, to your creatures, to everything. Because they're chock full of removal, and they've got some combos to back it up. Especially because Davriel can actually discount your spells and gain you life whenever you draw a card. It's like half of Shuldred, and they just do it by playing him and -2. Sometimes you don't get lucky, but most of the time, you hit one of those 2 effects. You have discounting your stuff by black mana to make himself cheaper, and all your other spells too. Since this card came out, they have not adjusted it at all, which is... Wilden. Alright, Windfall. Put it in the grave. I have Flashback, I have Thor as well, so my graveyard's kind of like a second hand here. And they might not have counter spells, but Hexing Squelcher will also help make targeted spells hurt a little bit more. Hi, Hexing Squelcher. It's one of the few cards in this deck that has nothing to do with the theme. It's just a good and helpful card. And they shot the sheriff. Rippin' Peppies. I'm gonna go for a Song of Seasons. Really good ramp. Since I can't play anything else here. Okay, well I can technically flashback. We Surveil. Ooh, Flow State. I'll actually take that in hand. We're on top. They're Dark Ritualing into Davriel? I mean, they could have played Davriel last turn if they had that. No, into Black Cat, Cunning Thief. They know I surveilled on top. They'll get to see what it was. It was flow state. Yeah, we played against a Black Cat earlier. It's just a good card if you're like ramping in black. And it can steal answers that are normally outside of what you can do in your colors. So like, they could take counter spells. They could even just take ramp or lands. Burn, bounce, all that. They looked at the top 9 and they got 2. Okay, this man does not have wards, so he is probably not coming out here. And I'd love to play Storm, but I need her to be able to do something. Black Cat swinging for 2. I'll flash out Galliful Galecaller. Just make Storm Crows with Storm. Skara! Crack this Misty Rainforest for another blue source. Prismari command to make a treasure and just draw 2, discard 2, filtering my hand. Is Black Cat like Gaunty? Yes, except it can use lands, and it gives you really good selection. Can Storm stack? Yes, you can give a spell with Storm. Or you could give a spell to Storm. So like if you played this deck around cloning Storm, you can give cards Storm. Aw. It was a kill spell. Achillium. I could do Thor and then a 2-cost spell, which I do not have. Instead, I'm gonna risk it on Storm. Force of Nature. Oh, they're gonna try to steal it! And they succeeded! They used their crime to steal a crime. Terrifying. Now I have to kill it to get it back. Yeah, it's so tricky because against mono black, getting your cards to get and stay in play, it's asking for a miracle. Hopefully they don't have anything they can actually storm out of here, but like, I could absolutely see them like Thoughtseize storming here. Nope, just going for Dapadavriel, the discard dude, who's going to give them offers and conditions. What do you offer? What are you buying? They're gonna draw 3, and their creatures are gonna get smaller. It really doesn't matter. They don't run many creatures. Bringing out Thor. Thor is going to grab me Prismari Command. Prismari Command I'm going to use to deal, to make a treasure, to make it... Oh, actually... Yeah, because that lets me get to the Impolite and that kills... Okay, yeah. Deal... No. Treasure, destroy artifact. Treasure, destroy artifact. Yes. Kill... We hit the Storm for 3. Thor is going to make an Impolite entrance to give him Trample and Haste. Normally this is what I'm using on Storm. Deal 1 to Storm. And then I will just attack Davriel. This way, it's a little harder for them to play him again, though. If they have a land, they have a land. Yeah, Thor is a very cool Snapcaster mage. I added him kind of late to this deck because I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted. Yeah, it turns out it is something I want. What's up, One Ring? I cannot deal combat damage to them because they have protection. Hopefully they don't get a board wipe, because I would love to, like, build into the board here. Thor can be scary to play against, yeah. I've seen him absolutely destroy games in Limited. They drew. That's a 6th land. They could play Davriel. And a Toxic Deluge, X equals 5. Okay, so I will brainstorm in response. Ding! I have 4 mana. And even though Manamorphose is not actually doing anything here, it's just banking me more mana and getting a little more damage. But I'm about to be the master. Okay, this is an instant. Remember, they do lose an additional 2 life. Alright, so let's see. I can grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not enough to storm and overload, so we just overload. But I want to keep the land in hand to discard to Windfall. Oh, they're bringing back Black Cat. Well, then I might not have a land. It doesn't matter what I discard. They could get my other counterspell, but it actually doesn't stop this, because my other counterspell is Tail's End. They already found Invert Polarity. There's literally only 2 counterspells in this deck. They brought themselves down to 5. Hold up, wait. 1, 2... no other burning in the graveyard. And that's okay. I will pay 8 mana to overload Mizzix's Mastery. All those beautiful instants and sorceries are gonna get rambled and scrambled. Yeah. Dropping the sink. I will deal 2 treasure. Deal 2 treasure. Song of Seasons. Brainstorm. Invert Polarity does not anything here. And I guess I'll flashback that sink into stupor just because I can. And we'll decline on that. Okay, what am I putting back? Oh, Ghost Fire. Perfect. Okay, great. Guys, I have lethal. Oop, Yavin they Mayas. I like it. It's like, yeah, give her haste. Red, red. Full hand. Slice and dice. Yeah, we got a 100% chance of thunder. Raphellos, Llanowar, Emissary. You better kill him quick because he taps for a ton of mana. Which is exactly why I kept this hand. It has Prismari Charm, which can kill not just him, but him and Say also a Birds of Paradise. I think that this is exactly what I want. I would like another land here. With them going first, though, it's like, they're just going to be faster, and I get that. Doesn't matter. 1 damage to you, 1 damage to the face. That gives me at least 1 turn until Raphellos comes back. Yeah, I see a 1 damage spell and a 1 toughness commander. Get this thing out of here. There are only some, like, cards I would consider must kill. And this is one of them early on. So we can bounce. I can't counter it, but you can actually counter some uncounterable spells using invert polarity. Since if you get a heads, you don't counter it, you just get it. All right, there's Hawk. I can regrowth, I can flashback. I actually just added this card into this deck because I knew I would want to steal, or I would want to recast things and add to my storm count. Swing in for 3. And if they go for Hawk again, I'm going to try to steal him. He might not be counterable, but that gives me a 50-50 chance of getting it off invert polarity. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still going for it. And 50% of the time, it works every time. Exploration lets them play additional lands. Oh my god, do you ever have mana? Your Puck? My Puck. I got more 1 damage spells. I got regrowths. I got duplicates. We didn't need Storm. We just needed spells. Karlach, Raging Tiefling. I have a bunch of cheap spells here. One of which I'm using to try to go fast with Storm. But they are going to be able to cast their commander from the graveyard. I'm not actually sure what she does in blue. This stops blocking. This gets you instants and sorceries. Okay, cool. Good to know. I would like that exploration. I'm trying to decide if I want some extra blue. I think I do. Exploration. And I can either hold up for Lightning Bolt or I could go for this Tutor. I think I'd like to go for the Tutor. Knowing I'll have 4 mana next turn means I can play Storm and try to set something up. I actually feel like maybe grabbing Ramp is the way to do this. Yeah, Ledger Shredder punishes Storm pretty well by getting huge and blocking her. But I think I know what I want, and it's just mana on mana on mana on mana. I guess I should have led with the Lightning Bolt. I can just bolt it on their turn. I think I have enough lands, I'll be real with you. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to Storm with Lightning Bolt because I'd need to cast multiple spells before going and hitting them, which would mean that they'd be able to block with the Ledger Shredder. I'd only be able to Storm here if I get something I can cast off Impolite Entrance, which I'll try. I didn't. I got a good card, though. Yeah, the next card I'm casting will have Storm. I don't have an instant or sorcery. Emeritus with haste could be fun, though. Double casting regrowth, and then we can actually regrowth Lightning Bolt and cast that. I don't think I need to give it haste. Nope. Okay, so Emeritus of Abundance. I'll regrowth the Lightning Bolt. I like that I could get the haste spell too. We're going for the untap. Is it Ward 2? Okay. I'll let it go through. I have a haste, so I can, like, do that again next turn. And I think I can also regrowth again next turn, which is sweet. I can re-prepare. If they play Karlach, then she's just a little first striker. This is not extra combats, Karlach. This is Whittle Karlach. Alright, so these all have haste thanks to Frostcliff Siege. Actually, let me brainstorm first. What do I have? Ooh, easels and weasels. Lands, who needs them? Extra treasure. Okay. Storm Kiln Artist. An Easel. And a little bit of Lightning. On Emporium Thopterus because it spits out things that can block Storm. Go to combat. I don't have 8 or more lands. Can't regrowth. I would need to have put that on top. They can specialize it while it's in play, but it costs 6 mana. Ooh, an Enduring Curiosity. I will let you draw. These all have a +1/+0 haste and trample from the Frostcliff Siege. Give him a taste of my haste. Swinging in with Storm and Emeritus. And I guess I'm going to Storm Regrowth. Copies still count for this. All right, so let's grab Song of Seasons. And maybe some more lightning. It seems to work. I think I might be able to do something fun. Namor the Submariner. He's going to be playing a lot of blue spells, a couple of which are merfolk, but he'll also be just making merfolk. And he is annoyingly a 0/4 at base. He sees himself becomes a 1/4, which means he does not die to Chain Lightning. That said, I'm still keeping this hand because it has a Cavern of Souls, and, listen, I know you have counterspells. Namor is not oops all counterspells, but he's oops a lot of counterspells. I'll grab this, and real lightning right on that Hydroponics Architect. Great 1-drop. I actually had it in this deck at one point, took it out. Any 1-cost spell is good for just like, hey, Storm count. Number go up. The Spear's Teaching will set up for some haste. Windswept Heath. Exploration into Hedge Maze. Hexing Squelcher. You know what? I'll take it. Storm also should be able to block Namor, at least some of the time. All right, so we are going to name Mutant. We can also name Hero. There is 1 Mutant and 1 Hero in the deck. Guess who? It's the Commander. I'll go for Haste. Actually, I'm not hitting this turn. I'm going for Prowess. Help protect Storm and make it so she's more able to swing through Namor. It's getting bounced. Abilities removed? Something's happening. Ah, Cyclonic Rift. Okay, she goes right back in my hand. Here's Namor. I'm going to play the Squelcher over Storm this turn. Growth Spiral. Was looking for lands, didn't find them. Bident of Thassa. Yeah. Sure. On hit, draw cards. That's great with the Swarm. Yeah, I'm trying to get to ramp so I can, like, capstone. Because Namor will be bigger than Storm. Paradigm Shifter. Good enough. Probably will not be able to block Namor. Meeting of the Minds. Using Convoke. There's actually some very cute Convoke cards to play with Namor. This is 3 mana to use. Okay. Waterbender Ascension. This person loves these, like, on-hit, draw more. Certainly works. 3-Tree City, they have enough fish folk. River's Rebuke, all my permanents go back in my hand. They're going to deal a lot of damage and draw a lot of cards here. They're all May abilities on Bident. And I believe it's the 4th trigger, and then they just draw. Okay, but they have 9 cards in hand? 9 cards in hand. Gonna risk it on this Windfall, dropping Brawl. They have Stubborn Denial, and that's gonna be game. I was hoping there maybe I could find, I don't know, like Fire Magic. That would have been helpful. But sometimes your opponent gets very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. He's the one with the claw. I have nothing until turn 3. And I'm on the draw. This is bad, so I'm going to throw it back. I have Sonar that I can't play on turn 2. In fact, I only have blue mana. I'll simply draw a forest, perhaps. See? I will simply draw a forest. I'm actually just going to grab, I think, a red-green Surveil off this. Yeah, red-green Surveil land. That unlocks the Verge. Ooh, Summit Fest. I'll keep that in hand. Oh, you played against this person yesterday? A Tezzeret? I played against them? Oh, I don't remember it. Alright, so rather than use the library there, they just went for some ramping. That's completely fair. I also am going to go for ramping. Would I rather play Sonar? Or be Far-Seeking right now? I'm going to play Sonar. I'm gonna pet this cat. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Scraps hopped up. Ooh, because she wants scritches. I will bolt in Seagate Restoration. Go for Song of Seasons. It should hit an untapped land. There we go, like that one. I'll put this back. Tap you. And I could bounce something, or I could go Far-Seeking. Yeah, I do match into a lot of the same people. I just don't remember playing against a Tezzeret like yesterday. Doesn't mean I didn't. Just means I don't remember it. It's a lot of ramp on both sides of the battlefield, yeah. See the Synod into Camille. Their stuff's now uncounterable. I do have a couple ways to destroy things. Oh, they discovered Strict Serenade. Wow, I hate it. Hey, Prismark Man, I was just thinking about you. Love to see it. Love to see it. Do I want to Summit Fest first? Yeah, I want to get silly with it. I could also just, like, Rift here. Undo what has been done. Make them do it again. Fine, I'll ramp. Well, look, now you can use Library of Alexandria, maybe. Or not. Ooh, Mox Opal. They still got 3 lands. Look at them rebuilding. This can hit artifact, creature, or planeswalker, so it could hit Storm. Good girl. Sorry, I'm petting this cat furiously. Stormkiln Artist. I think that's probably worth using the Serenade on. Yeah. Next turn, I'm thinking Wild Idea. Destroy all artifacts. Oh, hello. I will make a treasure. Destroy an artifact. That one. I could tap it in response. Here, look, I'll make a treasure. What are you dropping? Perhaps you're so cute. Sink into Stupor. Okay. They play Camille. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm going to small consult. Baby, you're so cute. I'm exploiting my intern. Kinda. Ooh. Chain Lightning's really fun for Storm. Metamorphose is really fun for Storm. But I don't think I'm storming here. Congratulations, you've gotten the Tome of the Infinite! Okay, so I've got this crazy idea, man. Alright. What if we were brothers and I ended it. So it doesn't get rid of Camille, but it gets rid of all the other stuff there. Yeah, I'd say that if you want to, like, if you want to build a similar deck that is a little more consistent, this Brawl is what you should pick. Somebody mentioned in chat, like, oh yeah, Brawl, you're an incredible Storm Commander. Yes, this Brawl is an incredibly good Storm Commander. Orbs! Orbs everywhere.
Doesn't take a genius. Evidence here somewhere.
He's also an otter. Yeah, he is. Swing for 2. I want to steal. They're deducing. Okay. Palantir goes off. I will choose Mill. Lose life. Ooh, big Liliana. I'm kind of surprised to see big Liliana.
Well, gotta work with what's available.
And Sinar gets me a treasure. Oh, Jessica's well. I would like to be controlling my commander when this happens. I'm overworking Sinar. No, I'm not. Don't you see? He says he's a genius. He loves doing this. Okay, pretend I could see around my cat while I'm doing all these things. Because I will be honest with you, I cannot see past my cat right now. Let me grab a... I already have steam vents. Okay. Stomping grounds.
I thirst for information.
He's thirsting for information, chat. Dang, I was hoping I could sneak in one of them haste givers. Can I only play the Jessica's Will cards this turn? Yeah. Or grabbing the Prismari command. If I can. No, not Cyclonic Rift. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, well, fine. I should still be able to overload it because it's just you can play the card. It's not an alternate cost. I put it into exile. No, his throat. They went for it. There's a cat butt. She is on the mouse. But we're still good. Mass bounce effects when they can't play their commander means we're resetting them again. Delian Fell. He's removal. He is card advantage. He's life gain, and he's 1/2 and an enabler of a 2-card combo. This is like the mid-range king, and I think my deck is going to really suffer against it. I'm still going to do my best, though, as they play a little bit of red and a little bit of green. Some Delian Fell decks are also running a large number of planeswalkers, and my deck very much kind of flops against some planeswalkers. Yeah, I'll light a bear on fire. I thought about putting that card in this deck, because it's 2 spells on 1 card. Could go for Birds of Paradise to ramp into Storm, but again, their commander just kills her. I feel like they is gonna ramp. They are ramping. Yeah, if I hit a Planeswalker with Storm, she doesn't trigger. The struggle. Okay, I might actually be able to rescue a card with this Fading Hope. I have 2 creatures out here that deal 0 damage. Scraps, yeah, you love being in the way. If I Fading Hope on my own Sonar, I will want to put full control mode on so I can tap him in response. It legit won't let me otherwise. Sylvian Caryatid. Okay, they're just gonna ramp. Also defend Delian Fell. You leaving, honey? She's like, I got my treats. I'm out of here. Comforting Counsel. Guess that's comforting to see. It doesn't kill any of my creatures. I'm gonna consult the star charts. Ooh. I roll greed. And I make a treasure. Dang, a tapped land. Ooh, an untapped land. I'll play Storm. I want to just Capstone next turn. This card is so fun. Like, why actually Storm with Storm when I can Storm with Improvisation Capstone?
Thank you.
And I'm going to use Fading Hope so I can dodge the command tax. A Hobbit! Terrifying. Grab some blue and go for you. Let's see what we hit on the Capstone, because it's just going to keep on casting. All right, I'll draw some cards. And I will make a treasure. Next turn, Storm Jessica's Will. Especially because they should have some good cards in hand. Okay, Bitter Triumph on Sonar. He's not prepared anymore. Gain the life, triggers the council. And soon this is going to give a huge buff, but I feel like I can bounce this if it becomes a problem. Okay, 1 ring means I'm definitely not triggering Storm next turn because I can't deal damage to them, but I can deal damage to everything else. All right, Capstone, give me the goods. Prismari Command. Sure. 2 damage. I can't destroy that. Make a treasure. 2 damage, make a treasure. Tablet of Discovery. It's just a fun card. We milled a flashback. Okay, I could flashback any of these. Storm. Tap this for 2 red. Jessica's Will. Wait, crap, I can't target them as my opponent. Fine. Flashback. Prismari Command. I guess I can land, roll, then Prismari Command.
One day, I'll get out of this miserable district.
Make a treasure. Deal 2 damage. Brawl hit me. So now they can't minus Delian Fell to kill Storm. Yeah, you can put cards like Arcane Bombardment in this deck, but I'd rather have something like Capstone. To me, Capstone is like Bombardment plus plus. This card is nuts. Do I have one in paper? How expensive are they? Price. Improvisation cap. Probably because I spelled it bad. Oh, it's only $10. I say only because I think this card is really good. Red. So this person's very much on the life gain theme of Delianfell. I don't think that they're like the mid-range combo version of Delianfell. They also haven't tutored a single time. Yeah, and remember, if you want to pick up singles, you should check out the sponsor of the stream, tcgplayer.com. There's a link in the description. If you use it, you help support my channel.
I can heal you.
There's no creatures left, so nothing's getting buffed. Okay, storming a Jessica's Will could be amazing. I don't think I've ever done that outside of EDH. Paradigm's gonna be one spell cast, and at least one more. Great, Paradigm Shifter, second spell. Prismari Charm, third spell. I don't think I need to bounce any of their things, so I will Surveil and draw. Brawl, you were so silly. Ooh, yeah, Emeritus? That's gonna add even more to the storm count. Regrowth. Brawl, you was so silly. Yeah, I'm looking for a specific card before I, storm. Oh my god, wait, I could copy this instead, couldn't I? What's up, Mystics Mastery? I don't have enough to solve for the card, so I'm gonna do this instead. This should be wild if I can pull it off. And I do have the counter magic to protect myself. Storm count of 6. Let's make some mana, baby. Summit Fest closing ceremony. Yeah, this card is wild. I feel like its in starting intensity should be 2. Uh-huh. Little more. Little more. Okay, Brawl. Brawl, you have done tails on every single flip. Okay, this is the card I was going to look for before Stormkiln Artist. Yeah, we got 40-something mana floating. I got a Jessica's Will. I think we're going to win. Aang at the crossroads. You know Aang's going to be bringing in a whole lot of himself. Cloning and blinking. I have no way to stop him here. That's bad. I got some recalls and brainstorms. Thor, but this is, I think, just far too slow. So I'm going to mulligan. Invert polarity. Well, maybe I can steal Aang or wipe the board of him and his buds. I find that Aang decks are very good blink decks, with the possibility of going infinite off just Aang entering, blinking him maybe once, or already having something that doubles his abilities. Okay, that's a chain lightning to kill that hobbit. He himself and Aang. Yeah, Aang Storm. Boop. You've heard of angstroms, now have angstorms. Playing Sinar. Yeah, a lot of little bits of ramp to get to 5 mana are pretty important too. Mana leak, no Sinar. So there's a doubler. And I will say, Katara must die. Bye, Katara. I'll play the monk as a land. Into the north, they ramp again. You know what? I kind of want to play Storm here. I'm going to play Storm. Oh, or should I just hold for invert polarity? I want to play my Commando. So I will. Storm is, at least at base, bigger than Aang. Hey, Papu. Oh, thank you for watching my YouTube content. I'm making YouTube content right now. Okay, they bounced Storm back into my hand. What if I played her again? Yeah. Watch me. Just watch me. Yeah, I control the elements. He controls the elements. Let's see what Aang finds. It's... Roaming Throne! There's a doubler. And it does not die to Brotherhood's End. That's okay, I got Summit Fest stuff next turn. No, Brawl, get out of here. What? No. I don't have anything great to cast first to kick off storming. Because I just don't have enough mana. I could look for something, though. Or I could just chill on my invert polarity and my unexpected windfall. Okay, they are giving me a potential steal here. Yeah, it's so awkward of like, oh, you have to use this stuff ahead of them, like declaring the blockers because you have to determine if you're going to be storming. See if they got a land. They didn't. Bodes well for them not playing Aang again next turn. Oh man, they just gave up. They're like, you're going to be able to storm. Yeah, once. You don't know that I don't have good cards. I have fine cards. Cloud, Midgar, Mercenary. Doubles up equipment abilities and fetches an equipment. He's very good with the swords of blank and blank. Like, really, really good. I have a bunch of 2-drop stuff here. Neato. Oh, wow. Okay, lost G-Day. Just, like, turn 0, no problem. Sure. Here comes Cloud. I can lash him? Illuminating Lash? Probably the right move. Because otherwise, this gets 2 charge, and it essentially ramps them. Lets them untap their lands. Sword of Feast and Famine doesn't protect against any of my spells, but it is good. I don't think I can play Storm safely here. For the Storm Catch Mentor, though. Use up that treasure. Oh, Tithe. The Hexing Sculpture's like, I told you so. They're mono white. There's like 1 counter spell. Alright, what are you tutoring for this time, pretty boy? Lion Sash, a little bit of graveyard hate. I see, I see. I'm chilling. Use a colorless. Jite acquired. Before they declare him as an attacker. We slice! They're gonna give him hexproof and indestructible? Okay. This triggers on any damage. They get 2 charge. And they can use that for whichever of these effects. Untapping lands, making things bigger, making me unable to block. Alright, I'll make a treasure. treasure it dearly forever. Orem's chant, you say? Do you want to just, like, dig on my turn or their turn? If it's an instant, I'm just doing it on their turn anyway. Okay. Oh, I should have Scalding Tarn to make this cost one less. It's one of those things where, like, now Mother of Runes has the protection. No. Okay. Okay, Pongify. This is great. I should be able to do that next turn. Might let me chain a spell or two. The problem is that Mother of Runes prevents me from doing very much. Saying Sonar can't block. I'll go for some serious monkey business, and Mother Runes will protect it. I have to discard these two. But now at least she is sideways-inated. Okay, they didn't do anything on the little in-between there. And I should be able to get removal to wipe the entire board. Alright, Summit Fest Closing Ceremony. 5 mana for 6 and a drawn card. Also, whatever Sonar is doing. And I have this wild idea, guys. What if... Wait, crap. Ah, the G-Day. They can make him 5 power. Okay, I have 5 mana left. What if I, like, destroyed all the artifacts? Doesn't deal with Mama! But it takes out these two. And Lion Sash! I shouldn't have tapped Sonar, I guess. Yeah, Cloud's still going to be pretty chunky. He's going to be 4 power, I think. 4 power and protected by Mom. Did what I could! Somebody's asking, is the real Jide illegal? Unfortunately, yes. I see. A sword of feast and famine. They are feasting. Goodbye, Windswept Heath. Yeah, Cloud, why'd you bring your mom here? Come on, she was just living in Nibelheim or whatever it's called. It doesn't really matter because they just protect. But I'd have to discard it anyway. Not just on the back foot. I'm underwater. Iron Man armor. Cloud, by the way, I can't block his protection from green. I'm not dead yet! I'm mostly dead. Yeah, I would say Cloud is a very, very good commander. In part because he can get the swords that protect him. Slightly... Yeah, listen. I can get lands. Damn, I can't kill myself with this. Good game! Check it out. Treasure. Superior Spider-Man is a reanimation commander. All he needs to do is resolve, and he'll become the copy of something in a graveyard, which can be anything. Whether it's my graveyard, their graveyard, something with an on-cast ability. Well, a if-you-cast-it ability, not an on-cast ability. He's really strong, and he's backed up by blue and black. Counter spells, kill spells, discard spells, a little bit of getting things in their own graveyard, self-mill, entombing, tutors. Good cards. Good cards. Brawl stands alone. Brawl is discounting nothing in my hand. They're just doing library stuff over there, aren't they? My thoughts! Seized. Surveilling. I don't think that'll do much. It's fine, but I already have another land. Cool, more lands. Yeah, there's usually like a good number of like board wipes and counter spells. Which is tough because like I'd love to be able to play Storm. But I feel like I probably need to protect her. I'll just risk it anyway. Go, Storm! Use Storm attack! Mana leak. I tried. Lands and swinging. I believe I can dig. Yes, I can dig. Cycling a Locust Spray. My guess is that's in their deck because they see far too many Rafeloses. They love drawing cards, don't they? What do you have? Mr. Bones? They don't have anything to reanimate, right? No, they'd just be hitting my own graveyard. Okay, well, when they target something from my graveyard, I will hit that blood-stained mire, turn it into... Was it getting stifled? Nope. Okay, it's not getting stifled. Turn it into a steam vents. And we dig it. Wait, yep. And we dig it. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Do I only have to hit 3? I only have to hit 3. Oh, actually, I only need to hit 2. Whatever. I'm playing around, whatever that 1-mana counter spell is. You know me. Force Spike. I think it's called Force Spike. Roll, are you gonna flip? Yeah! Roll flips!
The new world has given me so many new ideas.
So many new ideas. Here's one right now. Bolt, snap, bolt. Illuminating Lash is a really cool bolt. Yeah, days. I was playing around days. Of course I was playing around days. And look, I have a blue permanent other than Brawl, so I get to draw a card. Yay, good job, Amy. Oh, they're tooting. So there's a really annoying line you can do with a variety of tutors in your deck. I don't know if they have enough lands to do this, where you tutor the Entomb to the Spider-Man. But considering they didn't play land last turn. Okay, so they're going to go Buried Alive. They can set up a combo in the graveyard. Arden, Ulamog, maybe Bringer as well. Yeah, I feel like with Superior Spider-Man, the bounce spell will be okay. Okay, yeah. So they went Ulamog, Broodlord, Speed Broodstalker. Oh, are you reanimating? Okay, they're gonna reanimate Speed Broodstalker. I'm gonna guess that you're gonna pick the roll. I guess wrong. Oh no, woe is me. Hey, you wanna block? Draw. I should have held the bolt. Dang it. My bad. For some reason, I thought I had another instant. I did. It just wasn't the right one. Use it again. Whatever. I got... Ooh, wait a minute. Haste Enabler. Yeah, whatever. Wonder if they have Arden in hand. Very possible. I should have bounced it first. Good damage in. Bolt to the face. Could have been lethal. You know I don't remember things. Okay, so Arena of Glory to give... Pinnacle Monk haste. And the more spells I can cast, the stronger the sequence gets. So we grab the flashback. We can flashback. The lightning bolt. Storm's like, what of me? Not of you. Instead of bolt to the face. Yeah, I only have 2 counter spells in the deck. I don't need more. It's fine. Corvold, Fey Cursed King. Corvold will be sacrificing to draw. Getting huge and, well, usually just using a ton of treasures and very abusable creatures, many of which have entered the battlefield or on death effects, to just go wild. Even fetch lands draw you cards off Corvold. Set up for a single solid swing. They bolted in. Haywire Might. I don't have that many artifacts or enchantments to remove. Oh, Bobble. Oh, yeah, what's on top of my deck? Yeah, Corvold's cool. He was one of the OG Brawl commanders. Not a commander that was available in the original format Brawl, but instead a format pre-con. The Brawl pre-cons had Corvold in it. It was Corvold, Alayla, Sir Gwyn. Oh my god, who was the last one? Chulane, I think? Yeah, and Chulane. All very good cards except for Sir Gwyn, who was sad. Chulane was, yeah. Yeah. Go to the commercial district. Ooh, solving the equation. Doing tutor stuff. Want the blue, red. There we go, Steam Vents. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Gets in the little goblin token. They're holding up using the Fanatic's ability. I'm gonna bounce the goblin token, because it makes a lot of treasures for Corvold. I could hold... No, I don't have double blue. Never mind. I'll just play Vivi. Vivi's good in Spellslinger decks. Surprising nobody. Yeah, it was a card in Standard and in Pioneer. The, like, cat oven combo with Corvold. That was a very, very powerful deck, but it had the problem of you were always holding priority and managing the way that you had to, like, in Arena, you had to, like, wiggle around your cards where it's like, okay, so I'm going to sacrifice 5 food at the same time while the cat's in the graveyard and get the Corvold big enough. And it's like, well, what is happening? What are you doing? Does that work? Nice. Flipping that Fable. Tapping the Fanatic for 4. I have Invert Polarity mana. Oh, Warren Soul Trader. Yeah, it gets you, like, sacrifice into sacrifice. So I'm gonna try to either steal it or just counter it. Nice, I stole it. Yay. They could still give haste. Wait, they don't have... No, they have enough evidence. They could give haste to the Reflection of Kikijiki and copy the Fanatic to make more mana. Yep, they're hovering their graveyard. They're hovering this. That's exactly what they're gonna do. The incredible, flying, hasty Reflection of Kikijiki. Now it can either swing for 4 or it can clone this. I can harvest Vivi's soul. Oh no. And this will get sacrificed, which will draw a card off Corvold. They can also just attack in and sacrifice it. It's free real estate. They could also sacrifice the Detective's Phoenix, since you can cast it again. Maybe not this turn, but eventually. What do you sack? Oh, they're sacking the actual Fanatic so they can eternalize it. They have 4 mana on this. Sure. Fun line. I like it. I'm planning on just bouncing everything into their hand next turn. It's a good work. It's gonna make things happen. Yeah, Storm's not fast enough to get in here, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, solve the equation. Vivi with the Vivi ping. Vivi doing Vivi things. We want... Where's Big Bounce-O? I did already use Big Bounce. I used Little Bounce-O. Okay, so that's fine. I'll just grab Flashback then. Here we go. Flashback, Cyclonic... Oh, wait! I can't overload it if I Flashback. You see me goofing. All right, that's fine. I will find other pieces to do this with by consulting the star charts. I can also just, like, bounce one thing. I can do it at instant speed. Brazen Borrower. I can use that. Chain Lightning. Did I have double red up? They do not have double red up. Blue, blue, blue. Red, red. Bounce Corvold. Flashback. A little Rift. Yeah, ignore my misplays. Pretend I'm better at piloting my own decks. For me. And now Vivi is just huge and terrifying. I'll swing for 3, sure. And look! They can even draw a card. Do you want to draw a card? Yeah! Can't say no to library value. I mean, it's free. It's free! Yeah, thank you, opponent, for tolerating my, stumbles. Oh, they're doing a pseudo-tutor. Yeah, right now it might just be, like, Lash lethal. I have a huge attacker. But if I bounce this, this will still be in play. They got a land. They have 3 mana. And they're gonna kill Vivi. Okay, in response to them killing Vivi, I will eat Vivi and turn him into a treasure. I've harvested his soul. Yay! Aww, little hobbit. See if they attack in with reflection. Please attack in with reflection. That's like, look, I'm at 12. Okay, so Mystic Tutor. I actually did have a bunch of spells in this deck that would, like, make Storm unblockable. I don't have them anymore. But I have this, and I have that. Ooh, I have these. I have so many cool cards. Would I rather Gamba? Of course I would! Improvisation Capstone! What do we get? Ooh, Unable to Scream. Knock down that reflection to Kiki Jiki. Inspiring Easel and Impolite Entrance. That's one of the ones that I would use on Storm normally. Turn you into a 2/4. I am going to turn my Illuminating Lash into Double Lash. Hobbit mana into Lotus Cobra. Ooh, maybe like Corvold into a fetch. No, Malakir Mire, getting them an additional land. I love Storm sitting in hand. Storm is one of those... She is so cool when you can get her to work, but it is so hard to get her to work. I spent like 3 days tooling this deck to get it to where it is. And like this iteration of this deck, I'm looking at Untapped right now, it has a 69% win rate. That's awesome. And it, not reliably, but frequently is able to do the thing with Storm. Compare that to some of the earlier versions of this deck, which weren't as flashy. They actually lost more. And also the fact that, like, Storm, I think, in Brawl, if we had the cards from before, it would have just been, like... It would have just been looping extra turn spells. Dang, that's a lot of life you're gaining over there. Oh, thank goodness for making their number go back down. Planar War Elves, okay. Yeah, like looping extra turns, the recurable extra turn spells, and just cheap extra turn spells with Storm absolutely worked. So because they paid the 7, I can now just triple easel this to win. Silly way to win, but if it works, it works. All right, Paradigm. Let's go. Oh, Snapcaster. Emeritus. These are both Snapcaster effects to me. Regrowth is a Snapcaster in my heart. Here, I'll just hold the counter spell. We don't need it. I will choose my Illuminating Lash. It now costs Niv Mizzet mana, and I will use it to deal 3. Again. Again. This easel is so good. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars! I'm really happy with how this Storm deck turned out. It took me actual days of iterating on this deck to get it where it is, and right now the only change I think I might make is taking out Discover the Formula for something else. I found that the prepared creature and the flashback creatures like Thor, Emeritus are all really great in this deck, and I really like how it turned out. I think that this deck is fun to pilot and does some interesting things, even though Storm might not always be a part of the game plan. And part of that's because she is a, 4 mana, 3/4. Yes, she flies. But in this format, she dies to Fatal Push. She dies to Flame Slash. She can be bounced. She can be blocked by creatures with reach and other flyers. She is easily taken out. Which is why the rest of this deck really helps with the resilience. And if you want to play a similar deck, I will actually recommend Brawl Crackling Wit as kind of the strongest variant. And if you want to play one that's a little bit more recent, Prismari is sweet too, especially with these alchemy cards that they added in during Secrets of Strixhaven. These cards are so good. They're kind of busted. Summit Fet's Closing Ceremony, Inspiring Easel. They're really, 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 really great. But I like how this deck is. And when you do get Storm to Storm, oh my gosh, it feels so good. I don't think in this video I managed to get a Manamorphose Storm completely resolved, but I know I got to Storm off with Summit Fest Closing Ceremony, flashing it back, bringing it again with Mizzix Mastery. There's so many big splashy things you can do with this deck. Yeah, you should give it a go. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you too appreciate Storm, maybe I should brew another Storm deck. I know we're going to get another copy of Storm, though. Eventually, we're going to have an X-Men set, and that's going to be the coolest Storm card. For now, though, I think this one is pretty neat. The one that's in Selesnya is fine. It's a Flyers Matter kind of card. But I want something that's more interesting. And this is more interesting. So let's go Storm! If you do have a card you'd like to suggest for me to build around, please let me know. There's plenty of commanders I haven't brewed yet from this huge Marvel set because there's 300 new legendaries. So if there's one you want to see, let me know. This was one that people requested, so I'm glad I had a chance to brew it. Thank you all so much for watching and have a beautiful day.